Welcome to my podcast. Hi, this is the Joyful Podcast. It is a raw journal of the mindful revolution. My name is Ethan Edward Sherritt, and I'm the host of this podcast. I have a co-host today I'm excited about. Some friends I haven't seen in a while. I'm going to talk to Frank. Please check it out. Thank you for being with me again. It is a pleasure. Yes. All right. So.
You recording?
Yeah.
We live? Okay, we live?
We are.
All right.
Yeah, so it's just, casual. I mean, I'm a friend of your wife Nadine's for a long time now, man. 11 years. Mm-hmm. And you and me have hung out a couple times. And I talked to Nadine 2 weeks ago or something. Uh-huh. And she just sounded completely different with the thing you guys have been doing for the past... I guess I remember you really getting into photography, like the technical side.
Yeah.
Really heavy 4 years ago?
It was probably maybe like 2010.
Okay. Oh, so that's been seven years?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I had got my first camera around that time, and then I really started learning about DSLRs and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Your approach was really cool because it seemed like you were getting into it by sharing about it.
Yeah.
Am I right about that?
What do you mean by sharing?
Because
like
you would post things like, did you know this about aperture?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'd be like, interesting.
Well, I think,
You'd be like, did you know this about white balance?
Yeah.
You know?
I think, like the social networking aspect of it was to kind of help with building the brand. So as I was learning about photography, I would just share those particular...
Also building the brand.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's three things coming together. Like
exactly.
All right.
Yeah, so I would just share those articles that I would be reading at the time, so people could kind of take that journey with me if they were learning as well.
Mm-hmm. I didn't learn that much.
Yeah.
But I saw you working.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kind of cool. I hope this really keeps the steam going.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that I started like kind of doing this for is just that some people are in that moment like before they find what they're going to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah. I was I was making music, mm-hmm. Which led me into photography. I was not, even thinking that I would ever do it professionally or something like that, but mm-hmm. just being a musician, trying to make my own music videos and stuff like that, it was kind of a necessity where I had to learn. And then as I learned more and more, I just, got a lot better at it and just started taking off. So, yeah.
And what's the different like mindset? Because the music, I think I remember a while ago when you were filming a music video. I didn't see it happening, but I saw it like where you were filming. Your musician name, all your recordings are done under Advice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Advice.
Yeah.
Which is a pretty sweet name.
Yeah, this girl I was going to college with, she kind of coined that name for me just because of my nature of how I would always be sharing information that, being like, when I was in college, it was, people would be like, oh man, I don't know how to do this on the computer. I'm like, oh man, you should do this or try that.
Hey, who you should ask advice?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's kind of how it was. That's how it kind of started working out.
Sometimes if somebody's like, you know what, I don't want your freaking 2 cents right now, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, my name's Advice. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. And what's funny about that is I had to learn how to kind of scale it back, because like you said, everyone is not open to suggestions. So you got to pick and choose who you want to share your information with because everyone is not open to it.
Yeah. So, some people, if they're on their own track.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you feel like music was like a thing that, like, are you busier now? Are you happier now?
Yeah, I would say I still have the bug to make music, but mm-hmm. it's just not as lucrative as what I'm doing now full time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as you get older, we start to have families and responsibilities and bills.
Yeah.
So you just can't do as much as you would like to do in your youth. It's just like I played football for a majority of my life.
Did you?
Yeah. So I mean, I learned very quickly that I wasn't going to play professionally, so I knew I was going to have to do something different. So it's kind of like the same with music. You know, it's something that I love, something that I've always done, but you know, I understand what's really gonna, you know, pay the bills. So.
And when people, I think when we say like, well, you get a family and you get responsibilities. Responsibilities are responsibilities, but a family is fun, man.
Yeah. Oh no, it's fun. It's fun.
See?
It's a lot
Like,
better when you can do something that you know you can take care of them with
yeah,
and not be stressed.
and that becomes like the actual pursuit that you're like, you know what? I hope that we can have a good weekend and not have to worry about working too much or working too hard and wondering what I'm going to do.
Exactly.
And so I think that's the thing that carried over through Nadine. How she seems so freaking happy.
Oh yeah.
I was like, so you guys are not working for anybody else right now. No. She was in the same line of work that my side job was: real estate, property management, office type of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so now you guys are like kind of helping out the same one business.
Yeah.
And it's just you.
Yeah, and it's a good thing because now she's taking that experience working in property management, and now with the business that we have with photography and video, she's a realtor now. So now I can provide her all her images, all her video tours. That's what that's what's next. I mean, that's what's coming next.
Yeah, that's what's coming up.
Yeah. So she's working on that. She just.
But your clients right now are like weddings, graduations.
Yeah, well, not graduations. We do a lot of video production and weddings. I would say weddings are about 80% of our business, and video is about 20%.
Okay.
So, yeah, we're actually working on, a TV series that we have in the works. So, it's a lot. Yeah.
Well, that's like when you're in the flow, when your mind can actually bring something else in and start entertaining other things, right?
Well, actually with us, it's not even like that. We provide the service, and we kind of help our clients that already bring their visions to the table. Like we don't necessarily we're not in the creation process. Like, we don't come up with TV shows. A majority of our clients.
Oh, this isn't your idea.
No. A majority of my clients will come to me because I'm the cinematographer and director of photography. So they'll come with a script or an idea.
Last time I saw you, like, we never would have said this stuff.
Yeah.
We were just like, "What are you gonna do?" I was like, "I don't know, man. What are you gonna do?" And you're like, "I'm gonna keep on grinding." Is what I'm gonna do.
Exactly. I was like, I'm gonna keep watching YouTube. I'm gonna keep learning about these cameras, and something is gonna work out. So
yes,
yeah. So right now we have a client that is producing this international television show about tech in the Bay Area. So we're working on closing that deal. So
about tech in the Bay Area.
Yeah,
that sounds like a good, interesting gig.
Yeah, so hopefully we can lock that down.
Do you spend time up there?
Yeah, I go up there a lot for weddings. So I got family in the Bay Area and grew up there. So we're just trying to take video production from SoCal and offer it up there because there's a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Every business nowadays is coming to the realization that they need an updated video. A minimum of one, where most companies are posting 3 to 4 videos a day on their social networks, whether it be documentary style or new product, awareness.
And we can watch them like
all day. All day. I mean, you're on your Facebook and your feed is constantly, whether it's 30-second videos, 15-second promotional videos that are Facebook ads. It's just all day. So, I mean, I realized early, this is it's a good business to get into.
You did.
Yeah. I saw. I mean, because that's all the internet is. It's text, pictures, video. I mean, that's the basis of it.
And more video.
That's it.
Is what we're saying.
Yeah.
Texts are going into video.
Yeah.
I just got a video text from somebody.
Yep.
And all right, so what else is up, man? Tell me. You were actually playing football like at the level of like.
I played it to college.
Yeah.
I went to University of Redlands.
Okay.
So I played there in the early 2000s. That's where I met Nadine, and after we met, I played 1 year. But yeah, I was done with that, and kind of started focusing on school. And when I got out of college, I was, doing aerospace. And then, 2008 hit, so I had to kind of figure out something to do. And that's when she was working in LA.
Yeah.
And that's kind of when I was in my lab, like tinkering, trying to figure out, like you said, what am I gonna do next? And that's when I started to get into photography and video, and it just took off.
You guys are inspiring because you helped each other like bring something else, a new direction in.
Oh yeah.
I think that's why when I was talking to Dean a couple weeks ago, I said, "Dude, let me talk to you and record you because you're like a lot of people that." Like the reason I started this for trying to get inspiration, people go from that stressful what am I doing that I know Nadine was in. She wasn't happy. And she was like me, and we were like both. I mean, positive. It wasn't like you go into the office and it's like I'm mad.
No.
I could just tell the stress.
Yeah, man.
And like I had the same thing. Yeah. And moving from that took a leap a little bit, a risk.
Yeah.
And now like. We're happy.
Yeah.
We're not even living paycheck to paycheck anymore.
Exactly.
Somehow.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of focus, a lot of dedication and grinding. When I was with her, she used to tell me stuff like, she felt like she wasn't creative, and because I was always making music or making beats, and she was like, man, I don't do any of that. And now she goes to a wedding, she'll film the whole wedding, she can edit the whole wedding, send it to the client, all herself, and like you said,
and it's great. It looks good. What is the website?
FinalPhasePhoto.com.
FinalPhasePhoto.com.
Yeah,
it's slick too.
Yeah, man. So
one-stop shopping for
So I'm excited for her that she has this opportunity to focus on her real estate now since we created this business. So that's really cool.
I'm probably gonna be doing that same thing in Florida, I think.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's good business, man.
Yeah,
it's a good
not
business.
Photography. I mean, like real estate.
Oh, real estate.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're still gonna be dealing. You're still. Hey, let me tell you something. If you're a real estate agent, it's gonna be in your best interest to at least know how to take pictures of your own properties. Because you got all these other realtors that will go and take camera phone pictures of their properties and put it in the MLS.
Yeah.
So why don't you just take that extra step and make something that can beat your competitors?
Yeah. Look
nice.
What
I mean? Make it look nice. And that's what I'm doing for her. I'm just like nobody gonna be able to compete with her. Like nobody's gonna be able to compete. Oh my God, I got a drone, so nobody's gonna be able to compete with her own properties.
Drone.
Yeah, so it's definitely a good synergy if you have, at least that photography knowledge. Like I said, it doesn't matter what. I don't care if you sell blankets. I don't care if you sell, brownies. If you can take great images of your product, you're gonna set yourself apart from all your competitors.
This is like not only a motivational, but like really a business. Entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
And some people really like will dig that. They're like, man, it's not enough about like pushing me forward in my business. Yeah. That's an idea right there.
Yeah.
You said imagine the brownies. If you could just see what it's gonna freaking that crunch that it's that little crispy flakiness.
That's what I'm saying. That's all advertising is. You're catering to your viewers' senses. If you go to Hostess website and they got a pixelated picture of a Twinkie, next to a bum, you're not gonna want to buy it. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what you see.
Or so it's like the realtor who's like, this is a cheesy smile picture with it's all soft and not in focus.
Exactly. With a bunch of filters or something. Yeah. Like, nah. So you gotta definitely present yourself professionally, and that's what business is.
Yeah.
You can definitely set yourself apart.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, all right, man. So that is awesome. I usually try to keep these things pretty short.
Yeah.
And I always want to know what like your next direction is, and you kind of were telling me.
Yeah. Sweet.
So what else can we get into, dude?
I think that's what we got going on. I know I got that TV series. I mean, we've got all the weddings coming up. I mean, the business has exploded since he's come on, and the next big move is definitely going to be helping her with her real estate business and just continuing to grow our video production side so we can, do, some more movies, short films, and documentaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got to hire me as an actor, all right? If you get somebody to, I mean,
definitely.
Please.
Yeah.
I'll take the job.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, we always got stuff. I mean, people hit me needing talent all the time. So, I use my brother-in-law.
I keep saying that I quit. That I don't care anymore. And I think what I just don't want to do is just like I don't want to care.
Yeah, no.
Like I would do the work.
I mean, it's different I think it's different when you're not going for like a television series. It's different when you're going to all the the auditions and all that. Yeah, it's different. That's what I'm saying. Like
I think that's the mentality that I pulled away from.
Yeah,
and it's like fine, whatever. I still have, like you said, music is still in me, but it's different than being like I care about propelling this thing forward without an avenue. Yeah, there's no avenue. How about I make my own avenue, no matter what it is?
Dude, you can get like a Canon T5i. For $500-600 and start filming.
And it looks good.
Hey, hell yeah, it looks good.
Or you can make it look good, yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Yeah?
Man, all you gotta do is like, hey, Frank, what do I need to say to know? I'm like, yo, put that shit at like 5700 if you outside. You know what I mean? Put it in TV mode, set it to 50th, and go do your thing, man.
Yeah.
Go do your thing, man.
All right.
Yeah, man. You can start creating your own shorts. I mean, the availability to create your own content is out there.
It's in your hands, right?
Like you're doing your podcast. What you should do is get the camera and film the podcast.
A lot of people are doing that. Maybe that's
what all podcasters are doing. I was like, yeah.
This is a baby podcast.
Yeah.
It's it's
young. That's how you make it grow.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah. So I mean, I always suggest to people that are, like you said, trying to be entrepreneurs or get into businesses, if you can learn anything about, photography or video, even if you use your iPhone. I mean, if you just understand lighting and stuff like that, I mean, there's so many tools you can use to brand yourself and make an imprint online. Yeah.
I think, you know what that is? That's good advice.
Yeah, I told you I'm trying to scale it back.
So you like where you're living?
Yeah, it's nice. I can get to pretty much all the major cities in SoCal, and
we're about to, Jack and me are about to drive this thing all the way to
Florida.
All the way to Florida?
Yeah. So 10 freeway.
Well, it's gonna go up through Colorado.
You're gonna go that way? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, cool.
It's gonna go through Colorado and then across and kind of like charting the course a little bit. The
first
thing is like stay for a little bit of time there.
Yeah.
And then move on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to make that trek over to Louisiana at the beginning of this year. So that was pretty crazy.
You just got in the car and did it?
Well, my mom.
Did anybody go?
No, yeah, Nadine and my daughter went. So I got a property in Louisiana I had to check on and everything. So we went up through New Mexico and then came down through Texas.
What time of year?
January.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was in January, so it was snowing in New Mexico.
Through New Mexico?
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Cool.
Yeah, we got caught in a whiteout. It was late. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, but we got to a gas station and waited it out, so it was cool. Yeah.
That's the adventures of the road.
Yeah, man. That was shortly after she had left her job and came on board with me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can do things like that.
Exactly.
It's such a different mentality.
Dude.
For me, I don't know if I could ever go. Freedom to be able to dictate your own schedule.
Yeah.
And understand when you're doing it, why you're doing it.
Yeah.
As I think what more and more people are trying to do.
Yeah.
And some people even say that the shift from an employee mentality is going to be a more grand scale.
Oh yeah, everybody is doing it right now. I just watched an interesting video about these kids who are about 20 years old who just created a new business, creating farms on business buildings rooftops. So they're farming in metropolitan areas, creating these agricultural centers on the top of the roof. So what they do is they go to the business, they create the farm on their roof, and all the produce during harvest goes to the employees in the building because they invested in this program. So, I mean, people are just inventing new jobs, if you want to say it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The possibilities are endless, just with, these smartphones and applications and communication. It's just endless.
So if there's something you want to do like that, chances are you might be able to.
Oh, yeah.
Like right now.
Right now.
So try.
Yeah, you definitely just got to think of an idea, get with a team, and just go. Yeah, just go.
Or sometimes not even, you are your team.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely my own team.
Yeah,
right
you're
now,
your own
so,
team. But did you have inspiration for that? Have you always been like a driven, like, I got my own back type of person?
Yeah, I was always kind of, I grew up I have an older sister, but she's like 10 years older than me. So I was pretty much an only child, you know what I mean? Like, so I've always kind of had to, whether it was cooking food for myself, as a youngster, or, just hanging out, when my aunt had to work or my mom had to work, I was always a do for self kind of, being at home, thinking and reading books and just coming up with different stuff. So, yeah, I've always kind of just been like that. So
it wasn't ever checking in. Is this okay if I do that?
Nah.
Is this okay if I do that?
Nah,
you
they
had
would
yourself.
Yeah, my family kind of always left me to just go do my thing, and I would hang out with my cousins and stuff like that. But I was pretty much, a majority of the time, by myself. I didn't have brothers and sisters, and not like a bad thing, but I guess it allows you more cerebral time, because I'm reading and playing a lot of video games. So that's pretty much what I did growing up. So
it does make sense.
Yeah,
because we play, like, our kids. Your kids are over there. There's 3 of them.
Exactly. So
we play with each other. That's great.
Exactly.
But cerebral time for sure.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, self-motivated.
Yeah.
And if you're not self-motivated, then let other people inspire you too.
Oh yeah.
And that's one of the things. If you're not motivated, just one of the things I say is seeking motivation can be your motivation.
Oh yeah.
Until you really get momentum and you're going someplace with it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm doing, man. I'm like seeking motivation, sharing, kind of like your photography. When you started doing it 7 years ago, like, if I learn something, I'll try to share it, and maybe that'll make me understand it better.
Yeah, definitely will sink in a lot more when you share it with someone.
So, Final Phase Photography, Final Phase Photo.
Yeah, finalphasephoto.com. And we do have Final Phase Photography. I went ahead and bought that domain just in case somebody tried to swoop on it.
If somebody wanted you to go, like, to anywhere in California, it's fine. But even if they had a wedding someplace else, you'd still email you, or what?
Yeah. I've done events, outside of California, so they can still email me. Kind of check my availability. That's the number one thing is
timing.
Yeah,
because it's largely on the weekends, eh?
Exactly. So a lot of people be like, "Oh man, I'd really like to have you cover my wedding," and I'm like, "Well, when is it?"
Yeah, there you go. Right, that's the first thing.
Yeah,
because if the timing works out, it's like, dude, money's second.
Oh
to the bride and groom anyway.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So like a lot of people now.
Can you imagine if somebody was like, "Well, we're having it on Tuesday to save money"?
Oh yeah. Well, no, a lot of people
do that.
Oh yeah, people have it. I just did one. We have one in July on a Tuesday, as a matter of fact.
Is that right?
Yeah, I've done one on Thursdays, Wednesdays, and they do that. They do get price breaks at venues and stuff like that if they do it on a non-weekend. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So people look into that. That's a good option.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you ever used a drone at a wedding?
Yes. We just did one at a open air resort in Temecula. It was the first time I ever flew the drone during a first dance. So yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, that footage is going to be crazy.
When do you think you'll have that up on the site? Well, I don't know if people allow you to put.
What's funny about that is brides will hit me up and be like, "Hey, you can use some of our photos for your website if you want to." Yeah, because I mean, it's like I think it's
not
it's
you,
kind
man.
of a badge of honor to people now.
Yeah.
Like I remember I had one couple, and they were like, "Oh man, we went to your Facebook page and saw our picture. We were so happy and everything." So so it's cool, man.
So it's kind of a little. It would be good to keep as many people involved as possible.
Exactly. Like I've had brides who like they'll follow me on Instagram until their wedding. You know, they'll be liking pictures and stuff. So I kind of feel guilty if I don't post their wedding.
Oh, there's on there too.
Exactly. So
right, there's room, there's space for everything. All right, somebody just texted me, and it's probably gonna be time to go.
all right.
Man, thank you.
You're welcome. You're
so
welcome.
much.
You're
You guys
welcome.
are inspiring, and dang, it's cool to see that like change from what are we doing to this is what we're doing.
Yeah, it's been a journey.
Frank Advice and his amazing wife Nadine. All right, thank you guys so much for listening.
All right, thank
Bye.
you for having me.